This is an argument that keeps going on and on and on that I've seen, and let's just settle the argument in this video. And maybe I shouldn't exactly just say video because some of you guys may be checking this podcast out in audio form on Podbean or anywhere else. So whenever I say video, just think I'm thinking in terms of YouTube first, because that's where a lot of this has began, and we've been branching out into audio podcasts for those who just want to kind of listen to it as they're going into work, and maybe some people need a good laugh. So anyway, we thank you for your support. However, you're supporting this channel. This is the Washington Football Maniacs channel. And of course, this channel is dedicated to news and commentary for the Washington Commanders. So if you're down with that, make sure you have subscribed. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you also hit that notification bell so you will know when the video releases have been released. Also, if you're thinking about checking us out and supporting us elsewhere, you can also check out our partners here who partnered with this channel. Our partners are Mint Mobile. So you're going to want to check out and see what they have to offer for you. Have you ever thought, why is my wireless bill so expensive? What are you paying all of that money for? Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk and text? What about mobile hotspots? Well, with my partners at Mint Mobile, they offer all of those features for as low as $15 a month, and it is very easy to get started with Mint Mobile. How does it work? Well, Mint Mobile works with your digital eSIMs card that most phones nowadays come with. You can be up and running in less than 15 minutes. And if you don't have a digital eSIMs card in your phone, my partners at Mint Mobile will send you a physical SIM for free. That's right, for free. Big Wireless wants you to think that it's too difficult to switch, but Mint Mobile makes it super easy, and their service is outstanding. I have been testing Mint Mobile for the last couple of months, and I have not seen any drops in calls, and performance and speed has been outstanding. I can watch YouTube in 4K, movies in 4K. I can even play online video games without any buffering whatsoever. Why pay all of that money for access to premium services when you can get all of those services with Mint Mobile for a fraction of the cost? Switch to Mint Mobile today. Go to trymintmobile.com/maniacs and get started on your savings. The link will be in the description of this video. Let's get to it. Speaking of getting to it, what was that? What was I saying? Oh, that's right. So which comes first? The chicken or the egg? Okay, now, seriously, which comes first when you are building a team? Is it building the players around who the quarterback's going to be? Or is it going to be going out and finding that franchise quarterback and building the team around him? And this has honestly been the argument that has been going on in the football world. And a lot of debates and a lot of good reasoning on both sides of the fence. Number one, it's not very often that you're able to find that franchise quarterback, and if you have that opportunity to draft him, you need to go ahead and draft him. And that makes a lot of sense because, well, I mean, quite frankly, it's very difficult to find a franchise quarterback. And the idea is if you're in a position where you're drafting as high as what the Washington Commanders are drafting this year, and there's going to be quarterbacks available at that position who's going to be worth that high draft pick, then you really feel like that is your opportunity to draft them. It doesn't matter, what other positions you need to fill. You just need to go out and grab that quarterback. And then you start building around him. I get that. And I also get the idea of, well, the thing is, you can ruin that quarterback. You can get that quarterback hurt, or whatever the case is, that quarterback's going to struggle until he gets pieces around him that's going to help him succeed. So oftentimes it's better to go out and rebuild that offensive line, make the offensive line stout, get some high quality um, key positions on offense, wide receivers, your playmakers, your running backs, tight ends, uh, high quality across the board with that. And then, of course, a good defense to turn the ball over back to your offense, to, limit the scoring, to really give the team an opportunity to be in every game. And then, even with a semi decent quarterback, they can hold down the fort until you're able to somehow draft your franchise quarterback. And then once he's in there, it's not going to take them long to succeed because the team has already been built around them. That's all they lack is that franchise quarterback. I get that too. I tend to be more in that um, camp just because that I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on that rookie quarterback when you draft him and know that you don't really have a team built around him to give him a chance to succeed. There's been a lot of quarterbacks who I think they were drafted and put into the wrong situations and it really ruined their careers and they never recovered from it. And because of that, they had short careers or they just became journeymen because they just never were really brought into the NFL into the right situation. So, at the same time, it's like you can see when a team has been built with high quality players across the board and great depth, and then they have a quarterback that is having some success, but he's probably not what you consider a franchise quarterback, and they get you so far. Maybe your team goes to the playoffs on a regular basis, but they can't ever get past the divisional round of the playoffs. So you never are able to get into that championship mode because you don't have that quarterback. Or maybe you do get to the Super Bowl, but your team is not strong enough to win it because of the quarterback. So it's honestly it's an argument that I said we're going to settle it here. I don't know if you can. If you want to ask my opinion is you got to have some pieces already in place. And so, do the Washington Commanders already have pieces in place to help make a rookie quarterback who's likely to start in his first year be successful? I think on offense, as far as like playmakers, you got guys like Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, you got B Rob in the back. Chris Rodriguez really came on strong there during the few times he got to run the rock. You do need some more help with tight ends because I don't think Logan Thomas is coming back. So you've got some pieces certainly, but what really scares me is the offensive line, and I think that can really make or break a quarterback. I mean, I go back to the days when we drafted Patrick Ramsey. Patrick Ramsey, yes, he was drafted at the tail end of the first round, but technically, yes, he was a first round pick. And I mean, the offensive line was so porous at that point that, especially at the center position, that Patrick Ramsey got killed. He really had a short career in the NFL and never really recovered from that. Now, the offensive line slowly got better after Joe Gibbs came in. But I think at that point, Gibbs realized he needed a veteran quarterback to come in to kind of help, with an offensive line that may not have been the best because Patrick Ramsey was just not ready at that point. So that's why I say, folks, you got to look at it from all angles. I think you do draft that quarterback, and if you do, maybe you don't start them right away because you realize if I don't have all the pieces in there, I need a veteran quarterback to kind of show him how it's going to be in that first year so he can be ready when you continue to bring in more pieces in the second year and he's able to start. And that may be the best option and opportunity for a quarterback. But I have a feeling that people will be so angry if we draft a Drake May or Jaden Daniels and he doesn't start in that first year just for that reason. So overall, I think that it's always going to be the chicken and the egg argument, which comes first. And people on both sides have good ideas. I think in the end, honestly, though, I do tend to err more on the side of you need to make sure you got a good amount of that team built, especially on offense. Even if you still got to put some pieces in there on defense, you need to have a good, solid offense, a good, solid supporting cast around him so he can succeed. Because, if it's nowhere near built on that offensive side of the football, he comes in and he really struggles or he gets hurt, then you're back to the drawing board with trying to find yet another quarterback. So, and I also don't believe in the fact that let's just keep drafting a quarterback till we get it right. I think I looked it up today. There's been 41 quarterbacks since 2011 drafted in the first round, and about half of those are either not starting with their original teams anymore, or not even playing in the league, or just relegated to a backup position. And out of those 41, only 4 have made it to the Super Bowl, and only one of those guys out of the 4 has actually won the Super Bowl. So when it gets down to it, if you're in the camp of you just keep on drafting the quarterback high every single year until you get it right, well, that shows you how much of a crapshoot it is. So I tend to disagree on that. I tend to think more in terms of it takes 11 players on each side of the football to build a championship team. The quarterback doesn't do it all. And so I think you need the team around him. Folks, if you agree, then please let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, give it a like, give it a share. Support this channel. Again, you can support it by going to Mint Mobile and just at least click on the link and check out the deals. Man, I tell you, I've been testing them, and not to repeat the ad, but I have been testing them honestly, and they've been great for me. So just want to save you some money, and also hope that you'll support this channel. Folks, I hope you enjoy this podcast. We will see you in the next one.